Your students don't want to sit through another 90-minute program. And can we be honest? Do you? In this episode, I'm going to break down my outreach event strategy, which when I shared it with my friend Eric with the K, he had this to say about it.
I love that, Nick, and that's something I'm going to steal for a future event because...
In this episode, I'm going to hit you with 10 ideas that you are definitely going to want to head over to my YouTube channel so that you can screenshot these and use them for your upcoming fall outreach event. Welcome, my friends, to the Hybrid Ministry Show. Well, hey everyone, welcome to episode 162 of the Hybrid Ministry Show. I am your host, Nick Clason, and I'm going to be talking about one of the strategies that we have for our outreach events that we've sort of stumbled into, and it's a little bit unique. You heard what my friend Eric had to say about it, but essentially what it is it's creating moments of free time for your students. And so what I mean by that is we're not taking the full 90-minute block, or we're not taking the full 120-minute block of programming time that you have for your youth ministry and scheduling every single minute and making every single student do every single thing the entire time. But instead what we're doing is we're opening up a window of time within our night, within our program, to allow your students to kind of like choose their own adventure and do what they want to do. Now, if you're going to be using, linked right here, the download from the World's Greatest Donut event guide that we've been talking about, like that's what we've done before. And I want, if you're looking for something to do, I want you to consider maybe doing that event. You can incorporate these ideas, this strategy into your upcoming fall outreach event. And so go ahead, go grab that download. It's completely free. It's going to point you to a resource over on DYM that you can use and implement. And these ideas are things that you can use, borrow, steal, and include in your upcoming fall outreach event. But the philosophy behind it is, as we talked about a couple episodes ago, this is a cultivate. In the spiritual CPR, this is a cultivate night where we're inviting friends, we're hanging out, we're just kind of letting our hair down, kicking our feet up, and hanging out with students and helping them see that church doesn't have to be confusing, church doesn't have to be weird. But the other reason that this is advantageous is very simply, when you have a message included in your night, you don't have as much time to program. When you don't include your message, you have more time to program. And here's what we do. Oftentimes, we're still like plugging through our scope and sequence. Like we use Co-Leader. In fact, if you use code Hybrid Ministry, it'll give you 10% off Co-Leader for a year. So go check that out. They just dropped Roadmaps, the first part of Roadmaps year 3. Really excited about the Judges series included in that. But we'll just kind of keep plugging along. And what we, for a message that we should have taught on the night our outreach event is, we'll still upload it to YouTube. And then our Sunday morning curriculum is derived off of our Wednesday night curriculum. And so we'll still have that conversation on Sunday morning, even though we didn't have the message on Wednesday night, and it's just on YouTube. And so at the end of the night, a lot of times we'll just show a little teaser clip and say, hey, this is over on YouTube. Go check it out. Scan this QR code if you want to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and they're off to the races. And I mean, the whole good news, right, about this donut event is that it's getting students onto your social media, which at the end of this completely free fall masterclass playlist, I'm going to teach you how to build a social media team run completely by students that helps them create content not only for other students in your ministry, but create content with other students in your ministry. And so having this free time event opens up all of these things, opens up more options. And, one of the things that we'll do is we'll offer anywhere from like 4, 5, or 6 different like things, little stations, and they have anywhere from 30 to maybe 45 minutes on the longer end to do whatever of them that they want. But one of the things that we've done to kind of encourage them or highlight what's available is we'll create a little passport or like a punch card, or if they go to a station and complete it, they'll get a little sticker for it. And what that does is it just helps them, first of all, gives your students and anyone who's new like a little map of your area, what's included, where, what's going on, what can we do right now. And then we'll say, hey, if you go to all 6 stations, come and submit this card back in, and we will give you a candy bar. And then we'll also put your name or your passport in a drawing for the grand prize at the end of the night or something like that. And so if students are maybe not interested in all 6 of the things, and that's one of the reasons why we do it, is because we know like not every single student is going to want to do every single type of game that you do. And so we'll include like some artsy and crafty type things, but then we'll also include some really, really active type things. And so some students may be like, I'm more artsy. I don't want to do that active thing at all. And they're going to opt out of doing every single thing on the passport. But other kids, they might want to try to do all of it. And so they're going to try to run to every single station. So it communicates what's available, and it gives students an option to just win something. And it's just a fun way to kind of program it. I try to program the amount of time. Like if we got 5 or 6 stations, I want to give them 30 to 35 minutes. I want there to be nearly not enough time for them to do everything, because when they leave, I want them to have in their mind like, oh my word, that event was so fun. I didn't even get to everything. And that's kind of like the vibe I want them to get in the car with their parents, right? And when their parents like, how was it? They're like, it was awesome. There was so much to do. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of the vibe that we're going for. So if you're here on YouTube, these are going to flash up here on the screen. These are free time stations that are high fun, but they're low prep. And some of these we've done before. Others of them are ideas that I have for future ones. And if you're doing the World's Greatest Donut Event Launch Guide, you can use some of these. These are ones that we actually have pulled together for the donut event. Starting with the first one is we had a donut temporary tattoo parlor. And so we could have students come in and just get a temporary donut tattoo, right? And if like you're doing the scavenger hunt, like one of the things I've done is a future idea is like we've done a scavenger hunt, is one of the clues on the scavenger hunt was to have to go and prove that you got a donut tattoo. So it's like you kind of kill 2 birds with one stone. They come to the scavenger hunt, which is the second idea, by the way, come to the scavenger hunt. One of the clues is, go to the donut tattoo thing, and they prove that they've done it. And so in addition to it, I try to hybridize my scavenger hunt, which if you didn't know, by the way, I have a weekly bonus podcast over on Patreon. It's only $4 a month. And I want you to think about that investment of $4 as like your creative programming assistant. Like, here's my question. Is $50 per year worth it for you to have almost like a programming and social media consultant and coach? Because that's essentially what this $4 tier would do. It's going to give you, for $48 for a year, 12 times 4, it's going to give you someone who's just doing this on the front lines and is evaluating everything that I'm doing. I'm boots on the ground. I'm not just like some, youth ministry content guy. Like these are things I'm actually doing, and I'll coach you through just by the evaluation of my own strategy, how it's going, what's going well, what's not going as well. And you can just steal all that I'm doing. And bonus points, at the end of this episode, I'm going to be dropping a product that's $17 that's going to be incredibly valuable to you as you continue to lean in on social media. That's going to be free if you're already a $4 tier member of the Hybrid Heroes podcast. But I try to hybridize, and this is an example of a thing I'll talk about on my podcast, the scavenger hunt. So for example, we say, hey, prove to us that you voted on the first round of the donuts. Because remember, at this event, we're launching the bracket. And so we're doing donut seed number 1 versus donut seed number 16, donut seed number 8 versus donut seed number 9. Prove to us that you voted. And so they can either vote with paper printouts, which is the most boring, or they can go on Instagram or YouTube and cast a poll style vote. Another one I'll do is I'll say, like, in our most recent uploaded YouTube video, what was on so-and-so's shirt? What color was so-and-so's hat who's teaching, like, or whatever. And so that'll also encourage them to pull their phones out, or if they don't have a phone, go find someone who does have a phone and look at our YouTube channel. And then, bonus points if you subscribe, like all those types of things. Like I'm trying to kind of lean into not only the other stations, like the donut tattoo station, but also some of our hybrid ideas. And so Scavenger Hunt is one of my all-time favorite stations. Another one is just simple, right? Like, create a board game station. Like we already have a bunch of board games in our cafe, in our game room. We'll just lay those on a table and say, you can go do board games. And here's the thing, so low prep on your part, you don't have to do anything with it. In this donut event, we've done donut decorating for like a couple nights ago in our youth ministry. It was National Sugar Cookie Day. We did sugar cookie decorating. Like you could do some sort of food decorating or craft decorating of sorts. one of my all-time favorite active games is Steal the Bacon. And so in this event, we just do Steal the Donut. You can buy a big donut plush on Amazon, or you can just very simply like throw anything out there, like a piece of, like we've done I've done like a duct tape night before, and I took a piece of cardboard and I duct taped all around the cardboard, and we played Steal the Duct Tape. Like whatever theme event you're doing, like steal that thing for like a Steal the Bacon style game where you have 10 people on one side, 10 people on the other, or however many, right? And you can number them off. So this is 1, this is 1, this is 2, this is 2. And when you call that number, they run on into the middle. Another one of our all-time favorite active games is, we call it, one of our volunteers labeled it here called Poison, but I've grown up calling it Kajabi Can Can, just with a big trash can in the middle, and you try to not touch the trash can by holding someone's, hands and dragging them into the trash can. You want to be the last person standing. Here's a pro tip. Grab dog rope chew toys so that you're not holding someone's like wrist and like crushing their knuckles, because inevitably you're going to have like a senior guy football player next to like a 7th grade girl, and he's going to destroy her hand. So give them both like dog rope chew toys to hang on to with like the ropes on the end. She's got a rope here, he's got a rope here. And of course, if you break the chain, you're also out. Another thing that we've done before, and I'm just gonna be honest, I don't know how well it worked, but we did like big screen Mario Kart video game tournament. Video games and Mario Kart, always a hit. The part that I'm not sure that worked was the tournament aspect. Like it was kind of chaotic and didn't really know who was next and who's in line and whatever. But it was still fun overall. We have in our space, we have like a 9 square. So we'll just say, hey, you can play 9 square if you want. So that's an option. Gaga Ball, that's an option. And if you don't know, like I recommend 2 portable versions. And so if maybe you're in like a shared space, but for an event like this, you can drag those out and set them up. Link down below is my recommended 9 square option and my recommended Gaga Ball option. So those are things you make a little financial investment here on the front side, but then you can use those whenever you have a big event like this, and those can be a part of your station, some of the things that you offer. And then finally, the social challenge. So social challenge, I'm going to teach you how to do that here in a couple episodes, so make sure that you're subscribed. But the social challenge is we film social media content with our students, by our students, every single Wednesday night. And in the link below, I am going to share with you exactly how you can build your own social media team and the exact strategy that we use. And like I said in a couple episodes, I'm going to flesh out a full class on how to build out a social media team based on student ministry volunteers. And what that does is that just helps kind of continue to create those hybrid connections. You're doing it via social media. And like I said, on August 28th, we're dropping something big that is going to help you get that social media team up and off the ground. So you're definitely going to want to make sure that you're subscribed. But for the next video here, we are going to now talk about, we've done this donut event, we've welcomed new students, we've included Freetime stations. Now let's look at event evaluation. How do we know whether or not we hit the mark? How do we know whether or not this event was successful? How do we know whether or not the budget money that we spent, with whether the juice there was worth the squeeze? We're going to answer all of those questions on the video that's linked right here on screen. So make sure that you tap into that. And until next time, and as always, my friends, don't forget to stay hybrid.